Welcome to part 9 of the trueSpace for Illustrators tutorial series. Let's load the file called normalmap.psd. Now remember, the normal mask shows which direction a surface is facing in our scene. We can see that our normal mask is stored in 3 channels that define the normals for the X, the Y, and the Z directions. Now we want to transfer these channels into red, green, and blue of a new layer. So for this we have to create a new layer and fill it with a white color. We then display the X normals from the channels and use select all and copy. We then click on the red channel and use paste into. We repeat this process for the Y normals, pasting them into the green channel, and for the Z normals, pasting those into the blue channel. Our new layer now has the normal maps as RGB, giving an unusual looking false color image, which actually tells us about the geometry from our 3D scene. Since this contains geometry information, it gives us a good way to find the edges of the objects rather than edges where color changes in the render happen. Then we use filter, stylize, find edges, which finds the outlines of the objects in the scene. We decrease the color saturation to leave it looking like a pencil drawing. Now we select a blending mode of multiply, or in this case linear burn, and it blends with our original rendered image, like a pencil outline around the objects. Now we duplicate this layer, which makes the contours even stronger, using an overlay blend mode. We can adjust the opacity here until we get the effect we want. Now let us select our original image and apply the sprayed strokes filter from the brush strokes category. Now our image looks more like a cartoon and has a very artistic style, which is unlike a regular 3D render. So this takes us to the end of the course. Although there are many more creative options open to you using this functionality, we have looked at creating depth of field, fog, outlining the edges of the geometry, working with separate objects in separate layers, using the view angle information to adjust reflections, softening the shadows, and more. And yet this only scratches the surface. You will find many more uses and effects yourself, but these should help you get started and should show you how the various output options can be used. At the beginning of the course we touched on modeling, texturing, and lighting, and of course each of these is worthy of a course all its own. Again, though, we have looked at how all these stages can fit together in your workflow, so that you have a good grounding on the concepts and steps in working with 3D. Don't forget to go through the resource file that accompanies the course. You will find both scenes and image files, and you can use those to duplicate the steps in these videos, and also to start your own tests and experiments so that you can find out just what is possible. Do branch off from the steps shown in the course and try different things using these files to get you started quickly. It will help you to learn and will also be great fun in the process. So thank you for watching the Introduction to 3D for Illustrators course. We hope you enjoyed.